There are 3 things I didn't expect to see in primetime table tennis for 2024. A good camera angle, decently edited video showing most of the match with the dead space between points cut out, and Ma Long winning another World Cup. Cause let's face it, 2023 wasn't his greatest year, and at the age of 35, I mean, even I'm wondering how much time the GOAT has left. But evidently the dictator isn't quite ready to hand over the reins yet, so let's take a look at how he pulled out a big W at this point in his career. Round 16, Ma Long versus Felix Lebrun. Where have I seen this before? Oh, right. And the result's the same. But credit where credit is due, this time Felix managed to take another game, so progress? But in the end, he had some difficulties rallying on Ma's backhand, which let him have just a bit too much creative freedom from the corner with his forehand. And another slightly sus looking end to the match. What else is new? Round 8, Ma Long versus Togami Shunsuke. Now that's a name I haven't heard too much of. The story is similar. Ma Long gets comfortable with forehands from the backhand corner, has some nice brushes on some half-long paddle breakers. Togami gets 2 games with a neo backhand flick style, but Ma Long adapts, improvises, and overcomes to show that the forehand is still the way to go. But you couldn't have known that would be the ominous foreshadowing for his next match against Wang Chuqin, because let's face it, it's been a hot sec since Ma Long took a set against Wang. But my man came into the set having done his homework and then some, because at age 35, he's long overdue for his PhD in being the best table tennis player in history, and he's ready with reverse pendulum serves and a heaping helping of backhand flicks and attacks from the forehand side of the table. What am I watching? Is this really Ma Long? Oh, baby. Once I saw this point, I knew this was going to be an interesting match, because Ma Long's the type of player from the old meta that prefers to forehand push for control in these sorts of shots, but now he's flicking like a zoomer? Preposterous. But it works, because by switching to a backhand dominant play style, he's able to effectively increase the speed of play in these sorts of attacks, and when he's on the defensive, it gives him more options on how to control the tempo of the point. All this gives him some nice angles to Wang's wide forehand, which sometimes doubles as a bait for Wang's backhand, and sets him up nicely to actually play his forehand the way he wants to, because now there's more on Wang's mental stack that he has to worry about. The whole set can be characterized by Wang feeling uncomfortable enough that he never looks like his usual dominant self. Instead, Ma Long controls each point and ends up rolling double sixes over and over again. But again, to his credit, many of these games were tight, and if Wang were able to clutch out 1 or 2, who knows, maybe a momentum shift would have yielded a different result. Finally, we get to the last match. Ma Long versus Lin Gaoyuan. And the question we all have is, will the Dark Knight rise or will the Dark Knight choke? Because the dragon with prep time is indeed a killing joke. A shout outs to everyone who got the reference. 3 games in though, and Lin is on the up and up. He might not have Wang Chuqin's crazy speed, but today his backhand is looking tight, his forehand is getting tricky shots, and he's making the right reads. Like here, Ma Long sniffed out 2 potential weaknesses in game 3. Lin's backhand from the backhand position, or the wide serve to Lin's forehand, then block back to his backhand combo. But every time he tries to pull it out, Lin's too ready and makes it back with time to spare to play a good counter to each point. It's looking rough for a champ who's down 0-3. But you know what they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. No Game No Life Season 2 won't be confirmed in a decade, and Ma Long wouldn't be the GOAT if he couldn't win 4 games in a row. And once he got cooked up for game 4, the backhand serve, a change in service tactic that Ma Long usually only busts out when he's backed into a corner. What happens as a result is that Ma's in a better position to play a more defensive style. He's allowing Lin to open with the forehand, knowing that he'll likely play a cross-court shot since the angle down the line isn't great, and he's ready early every time to block with his backhand. Bro's literally just chilling in half these shots because he's just standing there blocking. After Lin loses a bit of confidence in the attack and hits up some lighter shots, Ma Long's ready to pounce and squeezes out game 4, which turns the tables on the set. Take the control, sprinkle in the right amount of killer instinct, add a dash of the backhand magic that he used to beat Wang Chuqin, and Lin Gaoyuan starts to crumble. It's a terrifying and utterly demoralizing feeling to play against someone you were confidently beating in one moment, and then proceeds to start handing you an absolute beatdown that you can't do anything against. Momentum is real, folks, and Ma Long got it not by playing faster, but by slowing down the pace and playing smarter than Lin Gaoyuan. I don't think I can even call this a real choke. I think Ma Long just figured him out that well. Lin almost fights back game 7, but Ma Long sticks to his guns and he takes a historic and unprecedented win at the World Cup. And it's yet another reason why Ma Long is undisputably the greatest of all time. Let me know what you think about this style of video where it's less of a match analysis and more of an event recap. Remember, the goal here is to provide entertainment. If you want pro analysis, there's other channels that are doing a better job of that. I'm just a dude who's into table tennis. Yeah, let them know.